prayer circle worked, Miami Heat fans. Bam Adebayo does not have a serious injury. The MRI came back negative, which is a good thing for Miami and Heat fans. It was revealed that the foot injury ultimately was a left big toe sprain. Now, the Miami Heat did already rule him out of the Friday night game against the Charlotte Hornets. That is a group cup. What do they call it? The cup? NBA Cup group stage game. There we go. We finally figured it out. Either way, he is not going to be in for that game, but he is just day-to-day, which puts him on track to hopefully return sooner rather than later. Miami's schedule this upcoming weekend is Friday against the Hornets at home and then Saturday against the Blazers. I would probably suggest and project he's out for those two games, but Monday against the Cleveland Cavaliers is very much on the table. And if we're going to be honest, I think Miami should still be able to at least go 1-1 against the Blazers and Hornets without Bam. Obviously still missing Tyler Hero, but the Hornets are an inferior team. The Blazers are probably about as equal. They're tough. They defend well. So that's not going to be an easy task on the second night of a back-to-back without Adebayo and no Tyler Hero. But you should be able to go 1-1, which would then set you up in a good spot as you're 5-5 through the first 10 games. And if you are 5-5 through the first 10 games, I would be fine with that. I said before the season began that if the Heat were able to be 500 or better after the first 10 games with no Tyler Hero, that would be a pretty big win, in my opinion, with the tough schedule, road trip where you have to go play Luka, Jovic, Wemby, Harden, and Kawhi. Like, you already had to play the Knicks as well. Like, that would be a good start to the season. And I am just extremely, extremely happy that Bam Adebayo is not going to be out for an extended period of time. And if you're fired up that Adebayo is healthy and not going to be out for a long time, hit that thumbs up icon. Heat captain, going to be good, not going to be out for a while. Happy about that. And it is so important that he is not out for an extended period of time. As we saw last night, we are going to get into some of the takeaways from Heat Nuggets on Wednesday night, but the Heat don't have a lot of depth on this roster in the front court. Like, when Adebayo went down, Ware was the only big man that they really relied on, but then we saw a lot of Kashad Johnson playing small ball 5. We saw Nikola Jovic playing small ball 5. That is just flat out unacceptable. And I tweeted it out yesterday, by the way. Or I tweeted a lot out last night. But one of the ones I had was Kashad Johnson is not an NBA player. I don't know how many times I have to say this. The fact that he got a standard NBA guaranteed contract in July from this front office, borderline should make them all fireable, in my opinion. Kashad Johnson is horrific. And the Heat play him at the small ball 5. In what world can you justify having him on a standard contract instead of a legit NBA center? And I'm not going to act like Miami would assign some elite backup center to add to this rotation, but they certainly would have been better than Kashad Johnson. I can't stand that guy. And no fault to him. He's a hard worker. He's athletic. But he just can't be an NBA player. Just can't, man. Like, you saw in the Summer League, not capable of being an NBA guy. Two-way contract, sure. NBA, absolutely not. But then, like, Vlad Golden's currently in the G League right now. He can't really play. You can't rely on him to give you minutes. So, like, if you go up against a team like the Nuggets, who had two physical centers in Jokic and Valanciunas, you stood absolutely no chance. None. Zilch. Zero. And it's just all due to the roster construction of this team. And we haven't even got into the shortcomings that Ware and Nikola Jovic has had to begin the season. And you know what? Let's get into that right now. Because those two guys are robbing the Miami Heat. I can't believe I'm saying this. Niko Jovic, my sweet prince, my king. I like the extension. Well, I was befuddled because of the first 8 games of the year, he is robbing us. $15 million per season, he's been a bum. He's been a bum. He's been turning the ball over. He isn't rebounding. I have never met a 6'10" soft big like Jovic. And I know he's not a real big. He plays more like a guard, but he's 6'10". But dude, we're without Bam. We're trying to battle on the glass. Where are you? Where are you? The Heat got out-rebounded by 20 last night. They gave up at one point 14-1 offensive rebounds. Now, that's not all on Nikola Jovic, but you get paid $15 million per season on an extension. The Heat were betting on you to take a step forward, and you've taken a step back. You've actually decreased your efficiency from the field. You're turning the ball over more than I have ever seen Jovic turn the ball over, and he's not rebounding. He has been the biggest disappointment for the Heat this season. Ware is right with him, though. I mean, I am borderline this close away from saying I want him off the team because his laziness is absolutely ridiculous. You are getting paid millions and millions of dollars to play in the NBA, and you are not some established big man. No, you are a second-year center. And for you to give the lack of effort that you give on a consistent basis, it is disgusting. It makes me want to throw up. It really does. And I have more words coming for Ware. But this episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every single day. The right decisions on PrizePicks can get you paid. So don't miss any of the action this basketball season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Best way to win cash this basketball season: which players are going off, which ones are overhyped. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes in this cash all season long on PrizePicks. No Heat basketball today, so I'm going to the football world Thursday night. More than Bo Nix completions, more than Ashton Gentry receiving yards, and more than Brock Bowers receptions. That's my 3-player entry. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. I hate to keep on bashing the young man, but it just needs to be said. And I hate to bring this up because I feel like we talk about this every other day here on the channel when it comes to Ware. But Erik Spoelstra was extremely hard on him. Not playing him a ton his rookie season, but also kind of getting at him through the media when speaking on Ware. I have been very critical of him. And some of you people in the comment section have called me a big hater and say that I don't like Ware. No, I want him to be good. The fact is, he is the laziest person I have ever seen on the basketball court. The amount of times he doesn't even box out, oh my God. If you tune into our stream from Wednesday night, I was throwing my Sharpie around the room because I was disgusted. It made me want to turn off the game. There was a play in transition where Nikola Jovic, of all people, caught the ball in the corner and could have shot a 3. And Jovic didn't even want to shoot it. He stood there for 4 seconds. And Ware just was watching him from the paint, waiting. Dude, Nikola Jovic is a 40% three-point shooter. Get your freaking ass out there and contest the shot. He did after 3 seconds, and luckily Jovic missed. But it just goes to the level. I saw someone tweet this. What goes through his mind in the game? Seriously. The only way I picture it is rainbows and clouds and gummy bears. That's what I imagine is going through Ware's mind. Because it certainly ain't about making the rotations correctly. And it sucks because when he is locked in, making the right rotations defensively, and giving you effort, he's so awesome. Just 3 days ago, on Monday against the Clippers, best game of the year, he was great. 2 days later, gives you no effort against the Nuggets. A game where he had the opportunity to display to the world what he's capable of after Bam Adebayo went down. But no, he decides to mail it in and not give any effort. Just a frustrating display of basketball. It's disgusting. I've used that word a lot today, but it's the word that has to be used. It's so frustrating. I want players that want to play basketball on my team. Nikola Jovic has been disappointing, but he at least gives you effort. Might not be good right now, but he tries. Ware doesn't even fucking try. God, it's so frustrating. Final piece of news before we get out of here on today's show. And prayers up to the Erik Spoelstra family and Coach Spo himself. His house burned down yesterday. got back from Denver. I believe I read around 4:30, 4:50 in the morning, and Miami firefighters had to go to his house to fight it. And it's super unfortunate. And prayers out to Coach Spo because, yeah, I know people are going to say he has a lot of money. He could buy a new house, but you can't buy back the memories that he has had in that house and his family has been there. Luckily, to this point, no one got hurt to my knowledge. But prayers up to Coach Spo and his family because that just sucks that his house caught on fire. Now, the Heat did already announce that he's going to coach Friday's game against the Hornets, which I got to be honest, I don't know how he's doing that. I mean, your house burns down and you're going to coach a basketball game in 36 hours. That's crazy. But prayers out to Coach Spo. I know this was a very animated and up and down video, but I had to come and break down this news for you guys right before I had to go live on our Dolphins channel. So we appreciate y'all. Make sure you subscribe for daily Heat updates, and I'll see you with a video coming soon. Go Heat.